Hey, my loves, it's me, Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade Bad Boys Texas Season 2, Episode 3 review. You guys, I want to remind you Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time, I'll be dropping my room tour video. You do not want to miss it, but let's get straight into tonight's episode because it was on fire. So, we start off exactly where we left off last week with Anthony and Chef D getting into it. Chef D runs up on Anthony swinging like a little woman, even though he's shaped like the Jolly Green Giant. Like, God just wasted all of that height and thickness for nothing because he fight like one of the little women from Atlanta. I love you, Jesus. It's just a joke. Child, I'm looking at this overgrown buffoon like, what are you doing? What exactly are you doing? So after the fight is broken up, Anthony goes into like the office area and his face is bleeding on one side because Chef D ring ends up like scraping his above his eye or whatever. And mind you, the man hand already messed up. So he down bad. So then when they go back and focus on Chef D, because he's being hemmed up against the wall so he won't try to go and attack this man again. Baby, my eyes did not lie. I was looking at the screen, y'all, and I said, do this man got on a unit? Cause I'm like, why his hair sticking up on the side like that? Like dudes with a low cut, they hair don't stick up on the side like that. Like, that's not natural. And then I was looking even further and I said, oh, he got fake hair. This man got a whole Steve Harvey on his head. A whole Steve Harvey on his head. Like you can so tell that this is a unit that he got on his and then I'm looking like, how you gonna get your top teeth done and then not get the bottom teeth done, but you got on all this jewelry and talking about how much money you make? Sir, stop using Groupons to get your teeth done and get the bottom row fixed too, you big booger wolf. Get this man off my television screen. He is a waste of space. Him and his toupee, his powdered on hair, and them gigantic chiclet teeth. His teeth look like risotto. Nah, his teeth look like some instant white rice. Like, absolutely not. This toupee, honey, and the glue, and the hair popping up because he was sweating too much, and the teeth. Throwing up gang signs, honey. Baby, Chef D, get off my screen and get in somebody's kitchen so you can afford to get the bottom row of your teeth fixed, sir, while you over here trying to fight folks. So him and his unit up against the wall, and he was like, I mean, even if he apologized, it would never be genuine. And Banger was like, but you still was wrong for jumping him. And D was like, I ain't jump him. I ain't trying to hear none of that SHIT. Next. And Banger was like, no, next. The fuck? I did not think I was going to like Banger as much as I do. Like, I really like him because he's the voice of reason. Even though I feel like at this point he could have left it alone. But I think at this point he just saw Chef D for the fugazi dude that he was, and so he just wasn't gonna let up off his neck because he see how corny and lame he is. But I really do like Banger. I respect him. He seemed like he has a real, true, genuine heart. So Chef D was like, you don't even know that B. And Banger was like, I'm just letting you know how I feel. And so we then switched to Relly in his confessional and was like, you know, it was something that was already brewing even after I started doing my own thing in Houston, talking about the situation between Anthony and Chef D, because we learned on last week's episode that Chef D actually used to live with Anthony. So they already had issues going into this, but it's obvious that Relly feels stuck in the middle because he's friends with both of them in real life. So Raz was like, you know, Anthony was kind of rude. And Banger was like, so did you do what you wanted to do? And D was like, I didn't. And Banger was like, well, then what you waiting for? Go chase after him then. And D was like, I ain't chasing after no Nigga. F you mean. And Banger was like, F you mean, B. I love to even hear Banger talk because of his accent, honey. And I really want to see him win because it's obvious that he ain't got as much as the other guys, you know what I'm saying, based off, his hair and his outfits and stuff. I really want to see him get put on and get him some little money and get him a little bread or whatever. So Raz, Kirion, and Relly are in the room checking on Anthony, who, baby, look like he need to be on somebody's gurney. He's so messed up, child. Po thing. So Raz says that the conversation started off real cool at first when Anthony was talking, but then he kind of got a little edgy. And at this point, Anthony feeling like everybody in the house is against him and he don't want to hear nothing and nobody got to say at this point. And I disagreed with Raz. I feel like, he said what he said and he had a right to feel how he felt. And at the end of the day, he did get jumped by this dude. So ain't good to be no rational communication when I'm talking to you, you know what I'm saying? Because you jumped in a fight and jumped me. Like, nah, we ain't getting down like that. So back in the other room, Banger was like, all I said was you was wrong. And Lou was like, you got some animosity towards him or something. And I'm like, when you all click up with each other, you, Chef D, and not even so much Jonathan, but they all running in behind Jonathan, especially them two. And I'm like, why are you steady jumping into conversations that ain't got nothing to do with you? You've been doing that since episode 1, and you get on my nerves, Beetle Bailey. You really are. You really are getting on my last nerves. So then they start to argue, and then they square up or whatever. So they squaring up or whatever, and poor little Orlando just be standing there looking like, if I click my heels together 3 times, will I please go back to Kansas? He want to go back to Lima so bad because he don't know what he signed up for. Po baby. So they squaring up with each other. And I'm like, Banger, you should have been on point. You should have been ready. First time he jumped at you, you should have swung. You don't never let nobody play with you like that. But Lou ended up hitting him first, and he got him real quick with a little one-hitter quitter. And when he hit dude, he ended up like stumbling back a little bit. And when he was trying to catch himself to stand up to, fight, here goes Chef D, here go Miss Girl, Miss Ma'am, Miss Mamas, hitting him from the back. Once again, sneaking somebody. You big overgrown buffoon, you. Like, I cannot stand him. Cannot stand his punk puss ass. I don't like this nigga at all. He is so whack. So whack. So then this Negro in his confession gonna tell me I was in a blacked out mode. I didn't even remember hitting him. I don't want to snake somebody if they're already fighting. Girl, you knew exactly what you was doing. You knew exactly what you were doing. And I hope that somebody ragtag you this season. I really do. Or that they get you at the reunion because you so bitch made. So bitch made. It ain't even funny. I don't like this dude. He's so whack. And I'm looking at Santana now like, what was it about him that you liked? Because he is not giving at all. At all. So after the fight is broken up or whatever, Po Banger, his mode, he had his hair slicked back and his hair, was all brushed up or whatever. And I was like, well, what kind of hairstyle did he have with his hair like that? Did he have a cut and curl going on? What's going on with the hairstyle? I was a little confused. At this point, Banger is irate, like he ready to thump. And this boy jumps across the pool table like he is a regular old cheater. He was going to get at Lou by any means necessary, but security ended up jumping him mid-leap, child. They end up letting him go. And at this point, they arguing back and forth again. And Banger then throw a drink in Lou's face. And then they go for round 4, child. They going heads up this time. Security letting them get their shit off. And this time, they really was dodging each other's hits. You can tell Banger do got hands. And I'll give it to Lou. Lou got a little something or whatever. But I felt like If they could have really got that work in, Banga would have whooped them. But that fourth round, I felt like, they were squaring up and trying not to hit each other, like trying not to get hit in the face. And I'm like, you can't go into the fight worrying about getting hit in the face. But when they did get to swinging, I felt like Banga's hits were a little more harder, but they wasn't really able to get theirs off. So I felt like round 4 was a draw. Round 1, of course, it went to Lou. Lou hit him with that one-hitter quitter. Round 2, when he leaped across the table, nobody won because nothing happened. Round 3, the drink getting thrown in his face or whatever, that went to Banga. And then round 4, I feel like I said was a draw because neither one of them really won. But it was Orlando in his confessional time. So ain't you niggas tired? I'm like, child. So Lou talking about some, your perm sticking up, beep. So Banga at this point runs and jumps and Hayuki this man like he a Pokemon trying to hit him, but he ended up hitting him in his stomach, and then somehow Lou is able to knee him in the face, and Banga fall on the floor, and he hitting him in the head. So round 5 went to Lou, child. So at this point we are tied. We tied at this point. No, are we even tied? No. At this point it's Lou 2. No, 1, 2. Yeah, Lou 2, Banga 1. And I'm like, oh my God. So, after they separated them for the last time, Raz was like, are you not done with this, dude yet or what? And Banga looked him up and down like, girl, who you talking to? He said, don't come at me like that. And Raz was like, I'm not your problem, homie. I'm not your problem, homie. And I was like, I get what Raz was saying, but at this point, when people activated, don't nobody be wanting to hear that. And y'all don't know each other like that to be, talking to people like that or whatever. But everybody felt like Banga got his butt whooped. And he did. He did, because he only won that one round. So next thing we know, while the dude's standing around the pool table, some other dudes get the banging on the door. And they looking like, who is that? And come to find out, it's Anthony Peoples. So Raz like, make sure them, N-words ain't got guns, and we'll beat them N-words, but I'm like, Raz, if you don't set your boot scooting self down, go do the Tootsie Roll or the electric slide, boy, because you ain't about to do nothing. Boy, sit down, because we real bad boys. Boy, you been looking scared the second the cameras went on and somebody got knocked in the face. You've been looking scared as since, honey. So the guys end up going outside. And as soon as they go outside, Mo, hey, boo, I don't care if he used to be gay or not. Hey, because that man is fun. He run up on one of the dudes in the car and get the binking him real bad or whatever. Really trying to stop it, because really cool with Anthony Peoples as well. And he don't want to see it escalate to something crazy. So Anthony inside was like, them my peoples or whatever. Let me go outside. But the producer won't let him go. And he was like, they probably followed us here. And the producer's like, but how could they get in the gate without the code? So it's obvious that Anthony gave his people the information and gave them the code to get in. I would have rather for him just to say that instead of acting dumb. So Anthony was like, you might just want to let me leave with them because they not going to stop, and really know that. That's why really trying to, calm everything down, but they won't let him out. So really was like, how did they know where we were? He's still trying to figure out how these dudes got into the past the gate or whatever. Jonathan trying to get at the dudes, but really begging him to stop. Security stopping him. They got one of the guys in handcuffs, child. It is just a mess. So Jonathan tried to get at them again. He's stopped once more by security. At this point, the guys end up leaving and really end up crying in his confessional because he had to help sneak Anthony out the house so wouldn't nobody jump on him. And I felt so bad for really, because it was obvious that he felt conflicted about the whole entire situation because he cool with everybody. And don't nobody like to see their friend get jumped on. You know what I'm saying? It was really sad. It really honestly was, because I feel like the situation didn't even deserve or need all of that at all. So the next day, Jonathan talks to Raz about him and Banga, having words the previous day. So instead of talking about the situation amongst them, Jonathan calls Banga to, and join into the conversation. So Banga sit down, and Raz tried to shake his hand, and he was like, "No, I'm good." I love Banga. He a real one. So Banga was like, I was debating when I came over here if I wanted to beat your ass. I'm not the one you could say little slick stuff to. So Raz was like, I think a lot of things are called miscommunication. And Banga was like, it doesn't matter what you think. Baby, that little nigga is crazy. And I'm here for it because he be getting them together. So Raz was like, I apologize if I was wrong. And Banga was like, okay. But you can tell, like, I like the fact that he don't keep stuff going when it's not necessary, because he could have kept that argument going and just for show's sakes. But he apologized, and so he was good at that point. All water underneath the bridge. So Banga at that point was like, y'all heard from Anthony because I was worried about him. And Jonathan was like, you just got beat up 4 times. Was he worried about when you was getting beat up? And Banga was like, I'm going to need to beat this B up right now if y'all keep talking. Because at this point, he need his lick back because he felt like, he didn't get that work in. So later on that day, Anthony FaceTime Relly and tell him he not coming back. He got a fractured thumb and everything. And when the guys go to the strip club that night, he lets the guys know that Anthony ain't coming back. Jonathan and them, of course, are happy. They go to the strip club, and Mo, my boo thing, on stage performing, looking all good, and Raz be up there humping on people, child. And I'm like, what is going on? But I can't wait for next week's episode for Banga to get his lick back against Lou. I cannot wait to see that, honey. Overall, I'm going to give tonight's episode of Bad Boys Texas an A. It was hilarious. It was funny. And I just cannot believe that Chef D were a unit. And I love Banga. This is a Banga stan account as of right now. Banga is my favorite. Of course, Orlando, because he's just funny. I love Kyrian. Mo City is my boo. And Prince Fine, even though I hate his hair. But yeah, those are my favorites as of right about now. Y'all let me know. And really, y'all let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button, you guys. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.